Hi, my name is Theresa Ellis, and
And
today I have,
Carmen Thorpe.
we're here today from Tackle Management to talk about some things going on in the community with communications and PR. Today, last night I was at a school budget meeting, and the school presented their budget, and the one thing that I noticed that was alarming is the lack of funds that some schools are getting today from the state to keep functioning in these challenging times. And one of the last departments to get any money is communication and public relations in the schools today. So I was discussing this with Carmen about if we looked at the whole picture, what could be done to help a school get the message out about all the great things happening in a school. There's a lot of bad things going out about student behavior, low grade scores, and things like that. But there's so many great things happening. Now that we don't have a daily newspaper in many towns, the good message is not getting out there. And also something else I noticed was the students, when they're putting information out, they tend to use Instagram instead of Facebook. Mm-hmm. And Facebook is the main tool of their parents. So why would it matter if the good message is getting out? It matters to the community. The school is the most important thing in a community. Mm-hmm. It is why people move to a community. It is why businesses move to a community. True. Because they want their employees, children, to have a good school. So if the good message is not getting out to the people that are looking, there is no message. So what can we do to change? Carmen, can you think of some things that would be a good idea for a school to get their message out?
So I think some good ideas would be fundraising to raise awareness, to help schools be more visual, be seen.
You're right, since the budgets are depleting for some key items, for example,
Communication club.
Yeah, communication club, right. Most of the time with a communication club, you need to have a monitor. That requires usually a teacher. Some teachers have to be paid for that, and some teachers don't have time for that because they're burdened with all of their normal activities. So you could do a fundraiser just to raise awareness that the students are doing great things and that they are going to donate that money to their school. A fundraiser can qualify as a great event.
Absolutely.
So, do you know of any effective fundraisers? We were talking this morning, and I think you said a friend of yours had done some great fundraising in schools.
He did some great fundraising with donuts and cookies and other sweets like that because, kids love sweets. And they're buying it, and he raised a considerable amount of money for his high school prom. It was towards like $80,000 for his prom, just in sweets and snacks.
Really?
And so
where did he sell them at?
Students, any and everyone that would buy them.
Where did they go to sell them, though? Did they go to like stores and set a booth up outside, or
it was more set a booth outside.
Okay, 80,000.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous amount of money. A long time ago as well, but still effective.
Good.
Anytime you see Krispy Kreme donuts, no one ever really wants to buy a full dozen, but they sell them at the half dozen. I always buy it, especially when they walk around on some of the communities in the local area. You're like, oh, okay, I'll support that cause. And $4, $6, $10 here and there adds up.
Yeah.
And can be really beneficial. So it helps to get the word out. You're like, oh, what school are you from? What is the cause? Where will these funds be going? If you say we're going to help the general need of our school or the community, people are definitely going to help out. Plus, it's Sweets.
Well, and plus document it, have kids taking pictures and things like that, and putting them up on Facebook to show what the kids are doing in the school that is for the better of their school.
And what also can be done is, since now a lot of kids the youth is on Instagram, that's just a fact. What they can do is create a story with pictures of what they're doing to help out their community and help out their schools. And you'll reach a lot of kids. So if they see them, they're like, hey, we want, I don't know, a special club, or, we want to be able to have these things available in our school, or we want to be seen, we want to be noticed. They can create this kind of story on Instagram view with pictures.
Like a visual communication is what this generation wants.
Absolutely.
They're not so much speakers or writers, they're visual creatures. But if you're looking at who is coming into the community to make the community, to do a large impact on the community, it would be the parents and the businesses. Not that the kids aren't important, of course they're important. But I think that we need to have some of the schools look at bringing students into maybe a communication club.
Okay.
And enlisting those students to take over the communication. For example, George Mason University, I think they still have this, where they will have students be the weekly guest tweeters. That student is the face of George Mason University. It is on the Twitter feed. There is no Mason logo. It is the face of the student. And they have total control of that Twitter for a week. Now what that does is it gets that student's friends to follow them, and wherever they may work, It's the same thing on a lower level with the high school. If you put a student in charge of their high school Facebook or Twitter, and they put the message out and they make it a big deal, like you have to apply to be that student, it becomes important and the message is going to go out. Now, some schools could be scared to death of that. Like, oh my gosh, can you imagine the stuff a student might put out? Well, that's why it does have to be controlled. You have to have trust that that person is going to handle it the right way. But you can also start integrating the different norms in the school. The jocks, the creative people, the techie people, they can all have a voice. And bring information about all the stuff going on in the school. I think it's a great idea. I don't think it's happening now. I think most schools are just now getting on board with Facebook. Very few have Twitter. So you would almost have to have both going, though. You'd have to have the Facebook for the parents and the broader community, because that still is the most important tool, or most read tool.
But I believe you can have your Instagram linked to your Facebook so that they can be aware, so they can see back and forth what's going on.
Well, and they could start an Instagram.
Exactly.
They could start an Instagram, and it could actually populate maybe all three. So anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, is getting students involved in their school to get the message out that they are doing great things. And some of those great things could be even fundraising to help add to the budgets that are being depleted. And I wanted to do a little plug for a club that I belong to. It's the Rotary Club of Bull Run, with the spirit of Valentine's Day coming up. They have a Laughs and Love benefit. It's the Capitol Steps. It is a comedy show.
Oh, cool.
And it's going to be after Valentine's Day, though, but it is talking about love, laughs and love. It's February 21st. At the Hilton Performing Arts Center from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. and you can contact the Hilton Performance Center in Manassas, Virginia to get your tickets in advance, or just come that night and buy them. The tickets can be purchased at ticket.com, and they are benefiting great places like Habitat for Humanity, Rainbow, the Rainbow Center, the Barn Casa, and Calling All Souls. Anything else you want to add, Carmen, before we sign off?
I also wanted to talk about the 4th annual Stand Strong for Education Expo, which is in the Manassas City Public School District. And it focuses on being a leader within the community through financial support, promoting the students and the teachers' success, and encouraging innovation within the city schools division. That will be happening at Mayfield Elementary on the 26th of February from 5:30 to 7:30. And there you can go to www.mcpsedfoundation.org/stand-strong-4-education for more information on how to become an exhibitor or a sponsor of the event. It's great. As I said before, it promotes innovative thinking in the community, and and how to demonstrate it through actions, and it inspires others to take the lead.
And yeah, businesses will get involved there with they can have it's an expo, right?
Correct.
So they can set up an exhibit.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then kids learn about all kinds of things. Sounds like a lot of fun. We will put all these links on our website, on our blog, in case you wanted to look at them again, and more information about the activities. So thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.